In the first two parts of our homage to old Tom Morris, we've met a member of his family.
This is so special. I can't thank you enough for taking the time.
A teacher.
It's very, very touching when you receive such an incredible response.
A writer.
For every book, there will be a little story that nobody else has told.
A historian.
You can see all the people all the way through to the guys that are still alive today.
And we've played several of the courses old Tom designed in the mid to late 1800s. Time now for part 3 of our journey to priceless St. Andrews, presented by MasterCard. Golf is where we start this episode. The Crail Golfing Society, 12 miles south of St. Andrews and established in the 1700s. It's the 7th oldest golf club in the world and has 2 18-hole courses. The Balcomie Links, which was laid out by old Tom in 1894, and the Craighead Links, which is a Gil Hance design and opened for play in 1998. They say there is no such thing as bad weather in Scotland, just the wrong clothing. On this day, we were properly geared up for the gale.
So they invited all the well-known architects of the day, and the club had a brief. They wanted the wind to be the predominant feature of the course. The wind can be behind you one hole and then in your face the next hole, and a crosswind the next.
Lessons were being taught both on and off the course at Crail.
The club's obviously very proud of its association with Old Tom. The top one, with a little silver band on it, that was the one that Old Tom used in July 1896 for the first drive-in, and of course he donated it to the club. They started handing out medals. When trophies continued to be donated, they were more related to the drinking and the conviviality part of the day. The reason it's a bowl, and it's known as the Crail Bowl locally, is because that would have originally been filled up with, well, some sort of cocktail, as you would imagine, potent cocktail.
Crail, 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 Crail.
You can play both courses at Crail, peak season and on the same day, for less than $200, which is incredible value.
Hit it! Oh! What a have!
I mean, you have the most classic of old architects in Old Tom, and you have an emerging modern superstar in Gil Hance.
You would invite a guest and you would play Balcomie, as I say, because it's fun. But if you wanted to play a competition or a match play or improve your golf, you would play Craighead.
Oh, absolute cracker. Oh!
But as the world of golf preps for the 150th Open Championship at the Old Course, it was back to St. Andrews for more time with Sheila Walker, Old Tom's great-great-granddaughter.
Are you excited about the 150th playing of the Open Championship?
Yes.
Oh, you are?
Yes. Oh, yes. The 150th is great.
You'll be in your window watching?
I'll be in the kitchen and in the window, yes.
Watching
we do a
the
tea
final
party on the Sunday. After we've had the afternoon tea, I take the remainder and that goes down to the shop. It's a tradition that I've set up, and we have champagne before we start.
I could have used some swing oil before pegging it at the game's greatest venue, where, in more blustery conditions, I set the over-under for my score at 83.
Which way to the old course? Oh my God, it's glorious. Which way to the old course, boys? Morning, Sheila. Explain to me, like, sort of the breakdown of how it works. R&A, the Links Trust.
Golf in St Andrews has been managed or run by various entities over the years, so whether it's been town council, the golf clubs, the R&A themselves have sort of run the golf courses.
My playing partner was Laurie Watson, head of communications at St Andrews Links.
The Links Trust basically came into being in 1974 by an Act of Parliament. It was to make it an independent body that would run the golf courses and the facilities for the benefit of local people, but also to encourage people to play golf and come and visit.
Yeah.
Great ball.
Yeah, view, mate.
Do you enjoy sort of watching people just relish in the idea that this is...
Oh no, definitely enjoy seeing people enjoy it, but I still get the same feelings as you do on that first tee. Yeah. Like, I don't take it for granted. You know, you walk on that first tee and it's just like St Andrews is the old course.
That's a cracking shot. Hey-oh!
You've got that backdrop behind you, and it doesn't matter if there's 3 people there or I think 300 people behind you, it's still, for a fairway that's 120 plus yards wide, it's still so nerve-wracking.
Special. I continue to marvel. I'd never been here on a Sunday until this last Sunday. And, you know, walking around.
It's pretty cool.
I found it so incredibly refreshing and inspiring and amazing to be from America, where there's this constant battle of trying to save municipal golf, and this is a living, breathing blueprint of what it can be and should be.
This is entirely Old Tom's idea. He said, you know, if the people are having a rest on a Sunday, the golf course is certainly having a rest as well. And he just would not have it open on a Sunday.
Sundays here are really special, I always think. You know, some people maybe get a little bit shocked the first time they see it, but I love the fact that you see families down here with their kids playing football or, you know, out on the bikes going across the golf course. It's part of what makes it unique. Great ball.
Meanwhile, meandering around the sacred links land, I was managing my score with relative success. Having made the turn in 40, an 83 seemed beatable.
That's a fantastic putt. For golf to have that unique opportunity to come here, you know, it's the epicenter of the golfing universe.
Yeah.
And celebrate 150th Open, I think it's just such a unique opportunity. So, yeah, in my head anyway, it's going to be a big party.
It's... How often does like old Tom Morris come up?
I think here in St Andrews, I think a lot of people recognise what he meant to not just the old course, but the golf courses he designed here, the new course, the greenkeeping practices that the guys still do today, you know, the top dressing, the fact that he was like this club maker that stamped his initials on, you know, the first golf brand effectively. He is the sort of start and beginning of it all. And I think people here are really proud how you can sort of trace those bloodlines that go from here, you know, something that's really special to people in St Andrews as well, knowing that it kind of began here and it, you know, went on this amazing journey from this point because of him.
My journey around the old course was going good until we made the turn for home. Then a sloppy double on 15, OB and a double on 16. After a good drive, a double on the road hole. And then came 18. After a fortunate ricochet off the Rusack's hotel, off the road, over the cars, and back into the fairway, I still had a chance of shooting 83, but to do it, I'd need a 3 on one of golf's most iconic par 4s.
Ah, great golf shot. Get in. Yes, what a putt.
Pleasure.
Nice to meet you. Well done.
Oh,
Well done. Pleasure.
unbelievable. Thank you so much. Thank you
much
for
fun.
doing this.
No, my pleasure.
Thank you. Unbelievable. Sheila, that was for you, Sheila.
On the subject of the Rusack's Hotel, that's where we stayed all week, courtesy of priceless.com/The Open. The hotel, which is under new ownership and underwent a recent renovation, now offers more rooms and a rooftop restaurant and bar that has a patio overlooking the first and last hole of the old course.
Built in 1877, the home of golf, iconic location, looking out over, being very biased, probably the most famous golf course in the world. It needed revitalised, it needed something special. In June of 2021, we reopened the newly reimagined Rusack St Andrews, which has gone down a treat with the residents, the international travellers, the local travellers, the journalists, and it's really set ourselves up there now as one of the leading iconic location hotels in the world.
Sheila Walker, Old Tom. You can't help be here without kind of feeling the presence and the impact.
Yeah, it's just iconic. The Morris family are completely immersed in St Andrews. The people from St Andrews, they're very, very proud of their history. You know, generation of generation coming up and being part of the R&A as well and everything else. They get looking after the international travellers and they really want to share their knowledge with the travellers coming in. From the moment they pull up, we get them into the lobby, you just look to the left and you see Old Tom Morris. And then you get to see the room, you get to see, if you're lucky enough to be looking out onto the old course, you get that mesmerising view. That's priceless to me, that's priceless.
Another thing you can see from that patio is the R&A Museum, which is where we'd end yet another enlightening day on Old Tom's impact on golf and life in St Andrews.
So this is Tom here, and just down in the display case there is his club that he used to win the Open in 1864. So this is called a driving putter.
This is so amazing.
I love the idea of that you could use it for both purposes. Very different, I suppose, to our modern drivers. I'm sure you'd like a go of using it.
I needed it out there today.
You forget that they're real people, that their house is on North Street and I walk past it every day. And every day coming to my work, I think about the people that lived there and the tragedy that happened there. And it's, you know, there's stories like that throughout the town that, you know, it's living history. It's not actually just a story in a book. We invite our visitors to use the St Andrews postcards that we've created to tell us their stories and memories of playing or watching golf within the town, and it's a nice way to get feedback from our visitors but also to allow people to tell their stories of golf. So maybe I'll get you to fill in a postcard
that's happening.
and put it on the wall.
In the fourth and final episode of this journey to priceless St Andrews, we wake up to something rare and unexpected. We play Presswick, and we take a walk with golf royalty.
Special to walk Sheila Walker to the bus.